So last night I was fully prepared to come to you guys with the title of a video, the worst sales weekend this year. That's how it was going until last night when an amazing sale came through that saved the whole weekend. So I am super excited to show you guys. This weekend was extremely slow as far as sales, and then I got an amazing sale last night that turned it all around, and we ended up doing $859 this weekend, a little bit below our average, but with the other platforms we're actually right at our average, which is $1,000 for the weekend. So let me go ahead and get to showing you guys what sold. I'm not going to do a cliffhanger and do the big sale last. I am just going to do them in the order they come up on my phone. So first up, this one just sold this morning, and it's actually this little depression glass green bucket and this little mug. And I did lot them up because individually they're not worth much, and together they're still not worth much, but they sold for $6.90 plus shipping. And I'm probably less than $1 into those. Those are from an auction lot. Up next is this little Noah's Ark pen or brooch. It's really thin. I think it's probably copper with the little fish hanging down. I typically get my brooches, unless they're higher end, for about 50 cents to $1. This one sold for $8, making it about a $6 profit. So brooches are one thing that are pretty easy to list because you're doing front, you do back, and then I buy my jewelry boxes, which the link to those is down in my Amazon store. That has a lot of the supplies that I use for shipping, in case you guys are wondering what I use. So I put that into a little 50-cent jewelry box, put it into a padded mailer, and off it goes. And I am really happy to see these go. So these are spandage. They're kind of like an ace bandage, but they come in tubes. So I bought these from a medical auction months ago. They are not prescription. That is one big thing to remember. If there's an RX on any box, anywhere, or any item, you cannot sell it on eBay. I got in trouble for that. Got 3 days suspension. Mine didn't even have RX, but it, I guess, needed a prescription. I don't know. Anyways, I only paid like $5 for this whole lot. I got probably 20 boxes of these, and this is the first to sell, and it's been probably about 8 months. These sold for $13.99 plus shipping, which actually makes the whole lot in the profit and gives me about an $8 profit on the whole lot. So if I really feel that way, if or when any of these sell again, they will all be profit. And they're just like tubes to go around, like to hold a bandage in place, or if somebody has like a PICC line, they are just basically a netting. Next is going to be the first of 4 DVDs that we have going out. And again, I did spend $300 initially, about 30 cents per DVD on about 1,000 of these. So I'm about 30 cents in. I haven't calculated. I would say I'm probably getting close to the profit. This one here is the Drew Carey Show. This one actually is new and sealed, so it sold for $7, which most of the DVDs sell for about $5, making it about a $6 profit. For these, we just throw them into a padded bubble mailer. Is this Penske Mercedes hat. I did get this in an auction lot for less than $1. I did have it for about 4 to 5 months. Sold for $12 plus shipping, making it about a $10 profit. So Mercedes, or really any of the makes of cars, if you can find hats or memorabilia for cheap, I would pick it up. This one also happened to have the 1994 Indy 500, and that just got me more collectors. So I had Indy 500 collectors as well as Mercedes and Penske collectors that could have bought that hat. And now we are going to see the biggest sale of the weekend that saved the weekend. We were at like $400 for the whole weekend when the sale came through. I was sitting on the couch last night and somebody bought one, and I told Brad, I said, there's 8 watchers on these. They've only been listed for 3 days. 8 watchers. I bet once that first person bought one, it's going to make all of these other people seriously consider buying now. And that is what happened. So I'm going to show you one. This buyer bought 5 for a total of $314.95 plus shipping. So let me show you. And some of you might be guessing, and you might be right. Wedgwood St. Austell, guys. Teacups. These sold for $65 a piece, and they bought 5. So another buyer bought 1, and this buyer actually messaged me and said, hey, I need a 6th. And I'm like, well, so at that point the other buyer had not paid. I told them I do have the little espresso cups in the same pattern, but if that other buyer paid, I wasn't gonna have any, and the other buyer did pay. So keep an eye out for teacups. I have told you guys before, but there are tons of teacups that sell for hundreds of dollars. This is this one. This is a very rare pattern. If you did not see the night I found these, we went to get Dalton's haircut, and the thrift store is closed. And I am the kind of person where if I drive an hour into town, I kind of want to stop at like a thrift store or something, since I'm already driving an hour. But his hair appointment was at 4:30. So the thrift store closed at 5. They were already closed, and there was a little pawn shop. And I'm like, well, some people I watch on YouTube go to pawn shops to source, so why not go in there? This set of dishes, Wedgwood St. Austell, was there. They were priced at $500. And I'm like, well, let me ask. And I asked him if he would do less. He did $400. I honestly probably could have got him down to $300. $400 was a great price. We're in the profit. We sold 6 dinner plates that paid for everything, and we got 72 pieces. These 6 sold for $315, making it about a $275 profit after fees. And I only say that because our cost is way paid for at this point. So it only takes one sale to turn the whole weekend around when you have these higher priced items, which is definitely my goal for my store. I want to have these higher priced items, so like if one sells, I'm good for the day. $315 more than my average in one sale. And what I am doing is I am trying not to buy from auctions right now. I've got a shed full of unlisted inventory. So I love to go thrifting, and those hauls are typically, you know, 10, maybe 20 items if I have a really, you know, good thrift haul. And those items I can list in a day, and then I can get back to my death pile. So, however, with auctions, I fill up the car, and I just do not want to do that until I get through some. I have only listed about half of the $3,600 auction haul that I got a few weeks ago. So I definitely want to list at least that. Honestly, probably plus about 10 more Bankers boxes before I even think about buying from an auction again. Next is another DVD, a whole $5, making it a $3 profit. This stuff adds up though, you know. I have 4 DVDs total going out, so that's about a $20 profit on DVDs, and they're so easy to photograph, list, and ship that I am okay with that. Next is actually the single sale. So this individual one sold for $53.54 plus shipping, making this over a $45 profit. So all 6 of the individual teacups are going out. I told you guys on my last video that because all of the individual pieces sold, I was going to take down the place settings with 1 piece of each, put them back in individual, and this is what happens. Within a few days, all the teacups have sold again. Hopefully all the dinner plates will sell again, and then we still have some salad plates and espresso cups as well. Next is this Napa Auto Parts work shirt, and I actually paid like 20 bucks for hundreds of shirts, and I am almost out. This one sold for $8.60, making it about a $7 profit, and I think I have like 2 or 3 left. And I had like work shirts on that, I had vintage t-shirts, I had vintage leather jackets, I had vintage NASCAR jackets. I bought it probably close to 2.5 years ago, so we are dwindling down to where it is almost all gone. Up next are some vintage leather gloves. I did pay less than 50 cents for these in a lot, and these sold for $9 plus shipping, making them about an $8 profit. These I just throw into a simple non-padded poly because they aren't going to get damaged. Up next are the mukluks that you guys saw me in my last video, actually yesterday. Source and Miss Roga saw these in my video and she purchased them. So I really appreciate it. I did pay too much. Again, paid $8.99. Miss Roga paid $20.99, making about an $8 profit. I love mukluks. They are one of my favorite socks and slippers. Really nice Sherpa line, brand new slippers. So Miss Roga, thank you so much for your purchase. I greatly appreciate it. And it came in before that big sale, so I was extra thankful for it because we were having such a slow weekend. So whenever you guys get stuff from the store, it definitely does help me, helps the business, and I do appreciate it. Up next, I've had this thing for about 2 years. This is a Madison Park like love seat cover. You can see there kind of like brown fur, and I got this thing off of a pallet probably 2 years ago. Finally sold for $9.60 plus shipping. I am sure I'm already in the profit on that pallet, so we'll call it about an $8 profit. Up next, this is a Zarique trellis bowl. You can see the trellis there. This one is actually from Portugal. So you guys know, if I see Portugal, if I see Spain, if I see Italy, I typically will pick them up. This one I did get at the thrift store for I think $2 or $3. It sold for $22, making it about a $15 profit. Really cool 3D ivy leaves there on the middle, and I really love the trellis pattern there on the outside. Next is another paperweight. So this is a really cool little Millefiori flowers. This is not a more expensive one, guys. It is pretty like lower end, and it did come in my paperweight lot. It's about 2 inches, and in the paperweights I'm about $8 or $9 in, I believe. This one sold for $23 plus shipping, making about $14 profit. Up next, and this buyer messaged me this morning. So this is a really pretty dress. The brand on this is Lapogi. Just a really pretty thin little dress here. Very cute summery print. This buyer bought this dress 10 o'clock on Saturday night. It's Monday morning before 8 o'clock, and I get a message asking for the tracking number. I ship next business day, which would be today, and they're messaging me before the start of business. If you want to call a business day 9 to 5, obviously as a resellers and as a nurse, that is not my business day, but your standard business day is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're messaging me an hour before standard business time on the day it should ship out, asking for a tracking number. I chose to ignore that message. I either ignore them or I can get a little snippy, and I will tell them, look, you bought this over the weekend, ships the next business day, which is today, so it will be going out today. Not too snippy, but you know, like, hello. And they're not a new eBay buyer. They know they're going to get the tracking when it ships out. That is not going to make me ship it faster. So, yeah. Next, Miss Bridget bought a journal. If you guys haven't seen these yet, they're really cool. They have like where you can make little dots. I take notes. You can see those are my members' names and zip codes when I do sourcing for people. That way I kind of know who I've looked for stuff for. But those notebooks come with a pen. They actually come in 3 pens. They come with a tool. They are on my big cartel site for you guys to purchase. I think I have at $15 free shipping, and shipping for me is about $9. So I make about $2 or $3 per journal. Not much, but Miss Bridget bought one, and it will be going out to her today. So thank you so much for your purchase. I greatly appreciate it. Next is this big old light. Big light. Home Depot palette, back in my palette days. Still sitting here, a year and a half later. Sold for a whole $15. Now, if you want to know how I ship these, I actually use 3 USPS free shoe boxes because it does go priority. And the buyer paid $40 in shipping and only $15 for the light. That happens. I have it so low because I want it to be gone, and it will be about a $10 profit for us. Up next are these Sakura flamingo plates. You guys probably saw these in my thrift with me video. I paid $3 for these 2 big plates as well as 4 small. And this, I'm trying to show you the Sakura there. This is Evolution Sakura made in China. Made in China is not always a fast pass, guys. These are really cute. A lot of people like flamingos. They sold for $20, making it about a $13 or $14 profit. Plus, when the 4 smaller plates sell, those will all be profit as well. This beautiful Picard gold plate and small teacup. There is your sign. I picked these up at a little local thrift store when I was out, actually with Red Cardinal Treasures Marsha, who purchased something I'm going to show you in a minute. Marsha and I were out. This one was in the case for $4.99 and it sold for $24.49, making about an $18 profit. Check your teacups, guys, especially the gold, the really pretty floral. There's a lot of money in teacups. There are a lot that are not worth selling, don't get me wrong, but at least look them up because you could be passing by hundreds of dollars. Up next is this scarf. This is an infinity scarf, just goes around your neck. I'm not gonna mess my hair up. I have to go to the doctor. I'm actually making this video early in the day, where typically I make my videos in the afternoon because I have an appointment at the cardiologist at 12:30. So you will be seeing this later this afternoon. I'm making it early because I have to leave in 10 minutes. But this infinity scarf I paid 50 cents, sold for $10, making it about an $8 profit. And then we sold Cinderella Man. This one sold for $5.59, making about $4.50 profit. And as I said, here is the Red Cardinal. You guys might have saw me pick this up at the antique mall. Actually picked it up with Marsha in mine at Red Cardinal Treasures because I know she loves them. It's pretty cool though, hand painted, signed 2000. And Miss Marsha sent me an offer of $12 and I gladly accepted. I paid $3 for this at the thrift store, so I'll make about $8 or $9 profit. Miss Marsha, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Over on the other platforms, we sold things to do in Denver when you're dead. $6, making it a $5 profit on Mercari. This one just came through right before I started the video. Super happy with this. I picked this up in Cincinnati when I was thrifting with Jimmy Old School Flips, and I paid $4 for this. It sold for $44 over on Mercari. Pioneer Woman sells really well. Do not pass up Pioneer Woman. You could find something super valuable. This one is new with the tags and it is over a $37 profit. This is the tablecloth. And then this cute little, this is Talavera. There's your marking. And I wasn't sure if it was like a fan vase. It almost could be like a napkin holder if you put them like catty corner. So I listed as both. It sold for $14 over on Mercari. And then over on Poshmark, we actually had 2 sales. One being this really cool Southwest like Christmas tree sand art, sold for $14 on Poshmark, less than $2 in. So this is about a $10 profit on Poshmark. And then I sold this little Delft Blue for $11 over there as well. So Delft Blue pieces sell pretty well, and most of mine sold fast. I got a Delft Blue lot in an auction haul. I'm less than $1 into that, so it's about $9 profit. But most of the Delft Blue pieces, they actually sold on Facebook Marketplace, and they sold in less than a week. And people like that Delft Blue Holland. A lot of people collect it. So if you can pick those pieces up cheap, I definitely would recommend it, especially if you're needing inventory. They will probably only sell for about $10 to $20 typically. You might find a handful that will sell for more, but they sell fast, which is a nice thing. So again, I will probably be doing some thrift and antique hauls just picking up a few things to kind of satisfy myself and my need to source versus buying a whole carload of stuff at an auction, at least here for a little while. This weekend being slow was super stressful, and I know I tell you guys all the time, like, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. It is up, down, but it's still really hard, even when you've been doing it for years, not to kind of get down on yourself and be like, what's going on? I'm never going to sell anything again. It's hard. And I messaged Julian yesterday. I'm like, my sales are horrible. Like, what is going on? And he said his word too. And at the same time, though, I see tons of people posting, eBay's doing great. I'm like, oh, that's nice for you. So some people are going to do great some weekends, others are not, and vice versa. It does get better. Doesn't mean that it's not hard to be like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on when it's really slow. For me, it was really hard with it being slow, as I am going to be full-time as of Friday, which is Dalton's birthday. And I'm like, I need sales, you know, I just cut my hours at work. I need sales. But teacups for the win. Teacups for the win. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great week. Do not forget, I have my good friends Misty, Vintage Hunter, Thrifter Junker. I don't know if I said that right. Always mix it up. And Jocelyn, Crazy Lamp Lady, on with me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is always a fun show with those ladies. Julian, Bearded Thrift Machine, my co-host, will be on with us as well. So I really look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my live show. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are not, share with your friends if they are resellers and you think they might learn something from this content. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Jocelyn, Misty, and Julian. Bye, guys. There's a sponge that grows in the ocean. Pick it up. Pick it up. Is it a sponge or a rock?
Throw it in the water.
Okay, whatever it is, throw it in the water.